well. Thank you all for joining this session. So we'll go through the indexes analysis and the stocks that are requested by our members, and also we'll touch and cover the analysis of Amazon stock, which had a huge gap down in the last week, and we'll see if it is good time to enter Amazon, and also look at the stocks that have come up in our screeners which could be good to enter next week. So we'll begin with our indexes analysis. We'll start with the TSX index analysis. The TSX index, if you see on daily chart, it had a good uptrend last week for 3 sessions. On the last session, it gave a lower closing at 5 EMA and then formed a green candle, which is good. However, if you look at the CCI indicator, because it is in overbought region, there are some sell-offs or bit of profit taking happening, as TSX was at the closer to the all time high of 20.381k, and on Thursday it touched 20,363. So there has been some profit taking happening which gave to a lower closing. However, the market is still bullish, which gave a green candle closing to the week, which shows that the market is still in favor of taking the index further up. If we look on the weekly chart, a week prior to last week, it had a lower opening which was almost touching the mid Bollinger Band, then got recovered and formed a green candle, and the last week followed it up with a green candle, which is a positive indication. And on the weekly chart, if you look at the CCI, it is on uptrend, which shows that although the index is near to all time high, there is still positivity in the market which could take it further up and go beyond this all time high of 20,381. So if you are holding some of the positions on TSX, it could be good to hold, and especially keep a trailing stop loss and see if the market breaks this resistance and takes it further. If it is successful in breaking this resistance and taking it further, the next resistance could be closer to 20,600, 20,650, which would be about 400 points from the current index point. So it could be interesting. The next week is based on the indicators, it looks positive. However, having trailing stop loss is must, as the index is at closer to all time high. If there is any news which is with negative sentiment, it could take it down as well. So having trailing stop loss is must on your positions. Now moving on to US indexes, let's take NDX. If we look at NDX, last week for NDX, because it started at all time high, it gave a small correction, but on a daily basis it gave a lower closing except the session on 27th where it gave a higher opening and touched the lower mid Bollinger Band and got pulled up, and the remaining sessions it gave green candles by opening lower and closing higher. However, the overall trend was downward. Currently it's closer to the mid Bollinger Band. um, However, the trend is downward, so if you are trading in US market, be cautious in the coming week. The indexes are the indicators are in overbought region, and the sell can continue further in the next week as well. uh, Although the last week it didn't have the sell off which we um, could expect, which we saw on TXX happening a week before. So on NDX or the stocks on US still have potential to give a further correction from the current level that we see. Vivek sir, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I think what you have said is already well covered up, so nothing much to be adding to that. We were also discussing the same thing last week also.
Yeah, right. Thank you. So we'll also check SPY. So a similar downtrend you can observe for SPY as well, although the candle formation is not exactly the same. However, uh, since it was also at all-time high, the downtrend can be noticed looking at the last two sessions, and also if you look at the CCI indicator, it has started dropping down from being in the overbought region. So if it gives a red candle on Monday, that shouldn't be surprising, as the support for SPY is could be somewhere, the although the support here may not be a strong support, but this could be a support for SPY uh, for first few sessions of the week. And if we look on the longer horizon, around 420 425 could be the support if the market takes a bigger correction. Vivek sir, would you like to add anything here?
Uh, no, no, I think I concur with you completely. At this point, the same things in support 425, 424, 425.
Yeah. So great. Now just we will quickly touch Bitcoin as well, as many of our members are actively trading in cryptocurrencies. Since the market has reversed, there has been an excitement again in the crypto trading groups. So in about 10 sessions it has take a reverse from the previous downtrend, and currently if we look on the weekly chart, the mid Bollinger Band is close to 44.4k, which could act as the new resistance considering the current trend, or a level of around 46 700 if the volume by volume is higher. This could be could act as the next resistance. um, However, for buying it still riskier to enter, and those resistance level would be for those who have already entered and are holding their positions. For new entry, I would still say wait for it to face the resistance and drop, as if it starts taking the downtrend from here, the previous support, which was around this 32k, it could most likely break this support and go down further. So for few trading sessions, until it reaches the 44k or 46k resistance level and starts taking correction, I would say wait if you are not into it already. And same would go for all the altcoins. The BTC trend is being followed by altcoins. So I remember one of our member have a question about Dogecoin, so we can just quickly cover that as well. Although it's not exactly following BTC pattern, but depending on BTC trend, if BTC is on uptrend, the other altcoins including Doge, you can notice uptrend, but if BTC reverses, this can easily drop down again. And its previous support around 16 cents could be an entry point for those who are looking to enter, and for those who are already holding it, the the resistance could be around 22.5 cents, which it had touched on 25th, and on 26th it touched and it gave a red closing, or there was sell off. So again, for altcoins as well, it's not a favorable time to take new positions if you are already on it. um, Looking at the BTC trend, I would say be cautious on your positions and try to exit if you are on it with your average price being closer to the uh, resistance price, where you are getting some returns, some positive returns. Sorry. So for Doge especially, the resistance level would be again the uh, price which it has reached on 25th, around 22.5 cents, and the entry price around 16 cents. That too, once it drops and starts reversing up, because if the sell volume is higher and BTC breaks below 32k support level, it can easily drop down under 16 cents as well. So if it is near the support around 16 cents, wait for it to drop and market to reverse up before taking your positions. Vivek sir, any other view
No,
on it?
no. I don't track bitcoins. I don't track crypto at all. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, great. So we'll go on to the stocks that are requested by our members, and then we will discuss about Amazon as well. So the first stock that's requested is NGLD from RAD. He says he has bought at 4.14, need to hold or sell, and the target price. NGLD. So he has bought at 0.14, which is the next resistance as the upper Bollinger Band as well as the um, 50 EMA is closer to 14 cents, which would be his buy price. So let's see if we can see if it can go further up. Since the weekly chart mid Bollinger Band is at 0.16 and there could be resistance, this 0.165 could be a weak could be a resistance, as it had been around this price 1 where it touched 0.175, 0.17, again low was 0.17. So 0.17 could act as resistance, which could, if you want to be conservative, you could keep 0.16 or 0.165 as your target. If you are okay to if you want to exit from your positions, that could be the first target you could keep. Or if you want to hold longer, uh, in my view you could exit from your positions, which uh, I would say about 50% of your positions, and keep 50 to 25% of your positions for higher target. For the maximum of your positions, or at least 50% of your positions, the first target could be 1.16 or 0.17,
Sorry.
and the next target could be 0.21, um, but that might take few weeks to few months for it to reach. Looking at this trend on the weekly chart, it gives couple of green weeks and then follows it up with more red weeks. So looking at that pattern, 0.21 as of now looks way far unless it gives a spike someday, and being a stock which is traded under 20 cents, that could happen. But if you are conservative, in my view a target around 0.16 or 0.17 would be better for exiting maximum or major portion of your position. Vivek sir, your inputs?
I'll concur with you. It's a recent listing also, if you look at it carefully. So
Yeah, very true.
it's a very recent listing. So I really would not like to see you in this trade for very long. So if you're getting it at 0.17 or 165 small profits because you ended at 0.414, I would still say take it and get out of this position. Because everything else is looking very weak. All your indicators, all your EMAs are all above your price. So it is showing gross weakness.
True.
I mean, till it doesn't cross 0.23, I will not even think about any reversal strength coming into the picture.
Yeah, considering that it has fallen back from over 0.90 cents around a year back to just reduce to 13 cents, it's
I mean, it has lost practically everything. What's left is just rock bottom rates.
yeah. And in fact this is the lowest price around 0.10 which it touched last to last week, and from
Yeah,
there
but
it,
it's a risky situation.
yeah,
It's a very risky situation.
true.
That's why if you get 0.1617, I would say keep the orders in the system and just exit the position.
I'll additional notes later. Okay, so we'll go on to the next, which is APS. It's also on TSX. His average price is 3.9. Again, question is, should he hold or sell, and the target price? APS. Okay. Can APS is on downtrend for over 4 months now. It started its downtrend for over more than a year and a half, and his average price is 3.9, which is not that bad considering that it is currently at 3.37. So if you could hold for the stock to take a bit of uptrend, and even if it reaches the previous sideways lower price of around $4, you would be able to exit at a small profit. So in my view you could target 4 as your exit price, although the upper Bollinger Band is at 4.2, which is the higher price of this narrow channel where it had been trading for quite a while and then it went on downtrend.
Kamal, if you look at this chart as it is,
Mm-hmm.
look at the way Bollinger Bands expanded because of the gap down.
Right.
The Bollinger Band kept expanding and the price kept moving in a small, narrow range till the Bollinger Bands came together. They squeezed and again they started expanding with the price going down.
Right.
Right? What is that indicating to you? The Bollinger Band is expanding, the price is going down, there is further weakness expected in the stock.
Correct. Yeah.
I would really love to hear from this gentleman what are the logic of picking up these two stocks. He saw a gap down and he bought it at 3.9 when the price was almost steady for about 2 or 3 weeks at around 4.
Yeah, I believe this drop would have given him interest to get into this because it was in this narrow channel for quite a while. So
All the more why after the Bollinger Bands were expanded, they were squeezed, there was a drop. You wait for confirmation to enter in.
Yeah, so I believe if you look at this candle, the CCI is in over sold region.
Yes, I agree. But look at the other parameters also.
Yeah,
The Bollinger Band was expanding. They contracted and the market fell again. This stock fell down. It was falling since quite some time.
yeah,
So don't always go with one indicator. Make a club of them and then look at the way volumes have just disappeared. And this is a daily chart.
yeah.
You convert to a weekly chart, it will be even more scary. See that?
The volume has dried here.
Consecutive falling. No, there is no need to even enter the stock. He entered in around the first week of July, and three consecutive weeks is fallen now.
Yeah,
So a clear indication. Your Bollingers were saying no. Your EMAs were saying no. CCI will always show you oversold position because it is at the rock bottom, but still going down.
yeah. CCI or even RSI would be showing the exactly
Yes,
the same thing because
yes.
both
Even
indicators.
RSI will show the same thing. Even Williams I will give you the same information. But everything else is talking against it.
True.
See, all of them are showing the same position.
Yeah,
They have not yet curved up.
correct.
So the entry levels are wrong. I mean, I'm sorry, I I can understand his eagerness to trade, but sometimes sitting on your keeping your hands behind your back is equally important.
Yeah, for this stock specifically, if he would have waited for the reversal and the
Confirmation,
confirmation,
yes.
that would have helped to
Yeah,
avoid getting into this because it was continuing on the downtrend.
it is continuing. Yes, exactly. Even if you get 1 or 2 days of green upticks, it is not reversals yet.
Yeah,
You require it to cross conclusively and go up.
so let's see for what price he can exit to avoid loss. It might be a longer hold, but if you could keep a sell order on your system at around 4 or 4.3, the timelines may be longer, but this could be the price range which you could look to exit. Although on a longer horizon you might say that there is a gap down and that gap down might get filled up, but for that to happen we need to see the confirmation of reversal of uptrend before deciding to get into this. But since you are already onto it, in my view the first target which you could look to exit majority of your positions would be $4. It's not giving much return, but you are not losing because it is going on downtrend. Is that okay, Vivek sir?
Yeah, that should be appropriate. At least take your capital out first.
Right, right. Okay, so we'll move on to the next talk requested by Arslan. His request is for
Finish off CGX and then go into Nasdaq.
okay,
Abhijit CGX. Yeah, so that the entire TSX can be cleared off.
right, yeah, makes sense. So we'll take AGX, CGX on TSX. Abhijit's average is 13.7, was holding for 17 target. It's on decline. What should be the ideal target? So Abhijit, please feel free to unmute and ask anything if you uh, need to. Yeah. So in terms of the trend, you are right that it's on downtrend and it has dropped below the 200 EMA price of 13.259. The indicators are downward. I'll just remove this RSI so we have more space for the chart. Okay, on downtrend, and let's see if can find a support here. 13, it has fallen below the support price of 13, and the next support it could be around 11.8 or 11.9, closer to 12 was the previous price level which it touched and has reversed. So if you are okay to hold, if it drops another about $1, and then target to exit around this resistance at $14. That could be the first target which you could look. And again, you won't be getting much profit, but if you return majority of your positions, at least you will recover your investment and have small return, and then hold remaining of your positions for higher targets. If you see the uptrend is with higher volume, then you could hold for higher targets. So looking at the daily chart as well, if you look here, the mid Bollinger Band and the EMA 50 is at 14.4, which could be your target for exiting majority of your positions. uh, but that's with the point which I mentioned earlier, that it could still have $1 drop and then reverse, and then once it takes uptrend, you keep an eye on the chart as well, because once it drops, this mid Bollinger might bend and it could be closer to $14. So currently it is at 14.4, but keeping a conservative target of 14 um, might help you to exit, rather than missing out on exiting if it doesn't touch 14.4.
Okay.
Okay, so that could be your first target for exiting majority of your positions, and then you could keep remaining of your positions if you are still interested in holding some of these CGX stocks for higher targets. Then the next target could be $16, although it
Okay.
had given a high of 16.76. But again, as we are saying, we are more in favor of setting a slightly lower target price and exiting rather than missing out on exiting, right?
Great.
Abhijit, it's a good stock to hold if you ask me.
Okay. So
If you don't require the funds, Kamal, take it to a weekly chart.
Yeah.
You realize now 1670 was a high and it turned back from there. So if you really want to accumulate this, with the COVID restrictions expected to ease out, this will shoot up. This will shoot up. So yes, I'll agree with what Kamal says. First is to recover your capital and then look at profits. So if you can recover partial capital also at 14, then you trail with your stop loss at 14. So even if it falls, you will not lose out on your money.
Yeah, if you suggest that by 11.9 or something, it's better to buy, then I will even buy slightly more so that my average becomes close to 13 or even less than 13. And then can wait for 14 for 50%.
Actually,
Yeah,
11.9
you can do that.
11.9 is a very strong support. On a weekly basis, it has been tested on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
6 times. 6 times it has tested and moved up. So 11.9 is a very strong support in the half year that has passed by. 9 times it has been tested on a weekly support. So it should be a very strong support. So your buying zone will be 11.85 to 11.95. You can buy between this range,
Yes. So you
right? And then once you average it down, you then, minute it comes above your average price, then you start trading with a stop loss above your average price, but at the low of the previous day. You put a daily stop loss if required, because now I don't want you to lose money again.
Yeah. So even I agree, if you could increase your position around the zone which Vivek sir mentioned, 11.85 to 11.95, it would be faster for you to see your position going positive from currently being negative. And even on weekly chart, this 14 looks to be a good resistance, which could be your first target.
Mhm.
And since you would be buying more here, your average price would be much lower than 13.9. So even if you sell at 14, you will see some significant profit,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So I'll just mention it here. Buy price, we are saying, just quickly mention.
Kamal, you're filling in APX. APS.
Thanks. It should be here 11.5, 11.95. Then 16. Trailing stop loss. Okay. So let's take the ones Abhijit has requested then. We can go on to SKLZ. Earning on Monday, is it good to buy? So you are not onto it yet?
No, no, no.
Okay. So on weekly chart, it's almost at the it almost touched the 200 EMA, 13.59. The low was 13.7, and has given a small positive closing on the last session, but the lower Bollinger Band is still at 12.68, although it's in over sold region. Looking at the 200 EMA on the weekly chart, that appears to be a strong support. So even though it didn't touch, if we are okay to enter, and if it drops by about 1 to 1.5 dollars, you could take a risk of entering at the start of the market and see if it gives good earnings result, whether it gives a spike because of the earnings. Although that's not a surety, however, it's a risk which you, if you are willing to take, you could take a risk with a strong stop loss. Keep a stop loss at 12.5 and entry at the market open price. But here the target is important, because you are looking at around 1.5 to $2 loss, then your target should be above $17. So this 200 EMA on daily chart, which is at 18.5, so let's say if you enter at 14.25, I'm looking at the aftermarket price. So if you enter at 14.25 and if you target 18.5, it would give around 4.25 dollar profit on, with a stop loss, we are seeing as $2, so which still looks to be good to take a risk. Vivek sir, would you recommend?
Can you zoom out and show me a larger picture on a either weekly frame or a daily frame?
Sure.
Yeah, it had touched 50 once.
No, I mean, I'm not looking at that far at all. At a $14 stock, I won't look at 50 at all.
We are actually more concerned about what's the bottom it can hit. If you take a risk of entering at around 14.25 and it gives a negative earnings report and it crashes, how far it can,
How much more can you go down to?
yeah. So it was trading around 10.5 or 13.
That was a year back,
Yeah,
almost about 8-9 months back.
yeah, 13.5, and the low was here around 10.25, 10.26, if you could see here.
I would then look at a figure of about 13 or at 1270 as an entry rate. So you look at this also, it shows you a low of 1371. Last week low is 1371.
Yeah,
Right? So something around 1325 or 1250. Because it gives you can, if you really must enter around that rate.
Yeah, I will definitely not enter before the earnings. Once the earnings are out and if it drops close to 13, I was thinking the same only then.
Yeah. So then keep an order system buy order in a system at about 1275. So if you're lucky, it gets hit, it will take it up from there. Even with the earnings 1240 when it was done recently, that's a weekly earning. All right, that is on 23rd of April. So 1240 is known to you. So at 1275 you can buy for one and keep a selling target of around 21 or 2150.
This meeting is being recorded.
I was being even more conservative by saying target around 18.5. Yeah, 21. Let's see. Yeah, 21, 22.
Yeah, the 2150 could be a good target price for you.
2150. This.
So you buy at 12.75, keep a dollar as a stop loss. Can you see the support it has after 1240, below 1240?
So below 1240, it goes in this channel where it was last year. So
Yeah, so this was a SPAC, and the moment the deal was confirmed, so it was $10, and once it was confirmed, it went to 14.15 about a year ago.
yeah, yeah,
So that means your stop over here is about 11.
yeah, 10.5, 10.5.
10.5 or 11. Keep it 11 as a stop loss. So $1.75 as your risk and a target of about $7.
Yeah,
Reward of about $7, $6.5 to $7.
that's a good return in terms of reward, risk to reward.
Risk reward ratio, yeah. 1:4.
Yeah. So
Or yeah, 1:4. 1:4 or 1:3.5.
right, 14.22 and we are saying 12.75. Stop loss at
11.
the target of I was saying 18.5 and we are suggesting 21. Okay. So Abhijit, any more questions for SKLZ? Are we good to move to the
Yes,
next?
we are.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So let's take PLTR. Sorry, I missed your question. Buy price. Okay. I just wanted to add a note. Go to after earnings. Okay. PLTR was on downtrend and it got support at the 50 EMA on the weekly chart. The last week was decisive and seems to be continuing downwards further. The volume has dried out but the trend is still downward. So for entry, the low here was 17.06 and 100 EMA is at 17.38. Again, whereas this 15.8, if it drops with a higher volume, but at the current trend, if you are looking to enter immediately, the lower Bollinger price on the weekly chart at around 19.55, or if you are okay to wait a little further, the 100 EMA price around 17.38, so you can consider 17.5 could be a good entry. Vivek sir, what's your view on this, on the buy price
I'm just checking it out. What is the low of the second last green candle?
of the
Yeah,
second last Greek? This is
20.55.
yeah, which was the the closing was at the 50 EMA.
Hmm.
Do you think
Abhijit, are you looking to buy this just now immediately, or you want to wait?
No, I can wait.
Because the last candle is a doji,
yes,
and the doji is basically on the above the close of the previous candle,
yeah,
above the close of the previous candle, green candle.
yeah,
2181 was the close, and now the doji candle tells you what? 2181, open 2180, close 2171, 2109. So 80 cents over here. Watch out for this chart if it falls below 20.55. If it falls below 20.55, then it could easily test 18 also. It could easily test 18. 17.5, 1775 is the price that it could test. Right?
Okay.
But in case if this is not cracking the low of the previous green candle, that is 20.55, then it will shoot up to go up to 27. So what you could do is, it's a risky trade. It's a risky trade you could take. You could buy around 20.75. Buy around 20 points. Kamal, can you take this to a daily chart now?
yeah. Even I was thinking the same.
Right. So buy around 20 points. Now look at this. 21 has not been broken at all for the past 9 days. Almost 2 weeks, it did not break 21 at all. I mean, on 20th of July, it was above 21, the next candle. The low was 21.22. The red candle on the 27th, the low was also around 21.10, 21.09. It has not broken 21 at all. For the last 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, sorry. 9 days is almost 2 weeks of trading, and it did not break 21. So, ideally, if you really want to trade, keep a buy order at 21.20 or 21.25. Keep a buy order at 21.25 with a stop of 20.25. $1 stop loss.
Okay.
Or a stop of 20.45.
Yeah. I do not usually do trading.
Stop losses.
It's just that I'm very cautious because I lost.
No, I understand. That's very good. That's very good. Because
That's
once
why-
you're conscious, then you take proper trades. You can be patient and take proper trades.
Yeah, so I'm willing to hold for a few months, but just want to make sure I enter at a good price.
No, because currently this is a very tempting stock, if you ask me. For the last 10 days, it hasn't moved down. So, I am now myself. I would wait and watch it for a day or two.
Yeah,
Is it cracking 21 or not?
right. That's what even I
If
am
it is not
seeing.
cracking 21, if it is not cracking 21, and if you want a short entry purchase price, come and give me the high of the chart. One second. Very good. Leave it as it is. The high on the 12th of July.
The high on
12th of July. Red
yeah
candle, this
yeah.
one.
So high
2350.
yeah
High is 2350. Avijit, if it crosses 2350, buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But that would mean a breakout.
correct.
So if it crosses 2350 on a closing basis, buy it for a target of 2750 at least. So 2350 to 2750 would be a $4 price, which would be almost about 18% return.
Correct.
Right. So both ways, if it goes up, 2350 could be your entry price. If it on a closing basis, if it drops down, then 1750 or 1775 could be the entry price.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think it will drop below 21. Somehow it is not looking strong to me.
Yeah,
At
it's getting
9 days of consolidation, I'm not expecting it to drop now.
yeah, it is getting strong support at this price level. So next few sessions would be in fact the Monday's closing.
Monday and Tuesday will be very important for you.
Yeah,
Monday and Tuesday only.
yeah,
If on Monday and Tuesday it doesn't crack 21, that means it's on the way up.
true. Yeah. It's 23.5 if it takes uptrend. Target we are seeing 27.
2750 or 2725.
Yeah. Okay. It's 21.7. Anyways, I'll enter this later. Okay, great. So we'll move on to next, which is EH. His average is 45. Is it good to average down? EH. Hang on. Oh, your average is 45. How is your quantity? Is your quantity big or small?
It's medium, I guess.
Okay.
50 stocks.
Because it's been on downtrend. I think from the week you bought, it has been on downtrend, or 2 weeks. Did you buy around this time?
Even earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhere in March. Right. So since it's still in downtrend, this last week green candle, we have to see how it trades next week, because it could continue on downtrend unless this 100 EMA acts as support and it reverses from here. The previous support was around 20, which or 19.75, which is much closer to the 200 EMA price of 19.55. So it could most likely drop close to 20 if it continues on downtrend, although the indicators have flattened because of the last week's green candle. If it continues downward, you would be able to see the indicators in oversold region. So if you are looking to average down, in my view, it would be better to wait and see it if it drops under $20 and averaging around 19.6 or 19.75 would be a better buy price. Vivek sir, any different opinion on this?
I agree to you.
Yeah.
I
So,
agree.
yeah, thanks. So Abhijit, for now you can keep this in watch list and see how it's trading the entire week and see whether it is going down. Okay. As per the trend, and also looking at the US indexes, the coming week could be mixed and with higher chance of some of the stocks going downward. So towards the end of the week, if it is closer to $20 or under $20, either end of the coming week or next week, you could consider to average down your position. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. So what we are saying is 19.6. Then the next stock that we have is NIU. Means its average is 25.2. Okay, so this seems to be a good entry. Last week it dropped at 22.38 and then started moving upward. So the current position on this looks good to me. You could hold this for the target around 31 could be your first target, and then next target close to 34.
So,
34 is what we are seeing on 34.84. 34 a conservative target if we see on the weekly chart as well, and then the if you are okay to hold even further, the next target could be 41 and 50. So are you planning to hold this for short term, or for you're okay to hold this for long term for higher targets?
Yeah, medium term, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so with current position it looks good to hold for medium term for target around 41. But the first target at around $31, you could consider to liquidate some of your positions so that you can get back your investment and then hold on remaining for the higher targets. Right, so we'll move on to request from Arslan EPIX. Okay, EPIX. His average is 26.2 and he would like to know whether he should hold or sell. So it was on downtrend, has been on downtrend. Looking at the weekly chart, the 50 EMA price is 20.77 and the last week it gave a low of 21.45. Could reverse from here since the indicators are in oversold. It would be good to watch. I would say looking at the indicators, it looks okay to hold for now.
I'm going to take it to weekly, please.
Yeah.
And just zoom out. Let's take a bigger picture. Now, no more. That's it. Bus. Far too much. Expand further. Can you expand it further? That's it. Now remove the cursor away from the candle so I can see the candlesticks. Yeah. Now look at this picture. The last weekly candle is below the previous support.
Yeah.
The next support is somewhere near 17.5 or 17.25.
This.
No, lower down. 17.25 or 17.5. That is the
17.
Lower down. Come lower down. Yes. So 17.25 or 17 would be the support over here. This candle and the candle next to it, the left doji to it. 16.09. You see?
So 17.
So 17 is a very strong support on a weekly basis. Currently running at 22.37. There is no other support between this current levels of closing and 17. No other support. Your indicator crossover has just happened. One more crossover is expected to happen with the 50-day moving average. So, if you are looking to enter, don't enter it now. Wait for it to correct. Or if you have entered in, which the gentleman has already done, get ready. It could touch 17 also. $5 further down can be expected. Because there is no support happening in between the current price and at $17 support. There is nothing happening in between. Convert this to a weekly chart and you will realize this happened sometime in Jan and Feb. Convert this to a daily chart. Now let's check out if anything between, can you zoom out so we can see a better pattern happening here. See this? Nothing. No, zoom out. Larger. Now wait. There's a gap.
Yeah. This gap
There's
up.
a gap on 11 which has to be filled in. Where the gap happened at what rate?
So
at 18 or 19.
Yeah, the high here was 18.5.
Right. So the gap happened at 18.
Yeah,
18.5 or 18.
Yeah.
That means if this gap is requiring to be filled in, now is the time it will fill it. And then your first support is at around, can you come back to the 25th of February?
20.
The green candle low next to the red candle. No, to your left. Yes, to your left.
This one?
to your left, 25th of February.
20.
25th, you are now in September. Oh, sorry, 25th Jan. Sorry, 25th Jan.
Okay.
That's it. No, come back. The green candle after the red one. You're right.
This
You're
one?
right. That's it.
Yeah.
Next to it. That's it. 28th. Low is 16.13 and closes 17. So if it closes this gap up, 17 becomes your strong support, is exactly what you were telling you earlier. So a $5.25 dip can be expected from now. Now it is your call. Since you already entered it, do you want to wait for that dip or cut your loss here and re-enter at 17? Or re-enter at 17.25? That option, that call is yours. Because when you look at the gap up, the low of that gap up, of the green candle up, the low is 23.88. You are already below the low. You're already $1.5 below the low. So this gap up is getting filled in now. You're already at the low was 23.88, you're at 22.37, $1.5. The gap is already in the process of being filled in. So 18 and 17 are sure short calls. So that's your call whether you want to wait for a $5 dip, again average, or you want to cut your losses here and re-enter a quantity at 17.25 or 17.50.
Yeah, since his average is around 26.2, it would be $10 drop.
His average is 26.2,
Yeah.
26.2, right?
Yeah.
So that's a $4 loss. Add another $5 to it.
Right. It would be double the loss.
So why do you want to double your loss? Might as well cut your losses here and re-enter the stock at about 17.25 or 17.30.
So should he keep a stop loss at 21.2?
Why?
Just
The low was formed on the last working day of this week, last week on Friday. So why do you want to wait?
the
You're expecting a bounce back from here?
no, I'm saying because the current price is 22.31, so if he keeps a stop loss at 22 point or 22.2,
Hmm.
uh, in the morning itself his order would execute if the stocks starts going
And
down.
what if it opens gap down?
Then anyway his loss would be higher.
Then his stop loss will not work at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a call that he has to take. He's already in $4 loss. Does he want to go further, or he just wants to cut his losses and enter a new trade? Because keeping a stop at 22.2, you're taking a chance. Or you could do that. But either way, he'll be cutting his losses. He'll be taking a hit and entering further.
Yeah. Okay, so uh, or rather you are suggesting that he can sell at the open of the market at on Monday at directly.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm not expecting it to go down. I mean, I'm not expecting it to go up at all because the gap filling up process has already started.
Yeah.
If the gap filling process has started, why should you wait?
Yeah, I was giving a little benefit just to see if this 200 EMA acts as support and it reverses from here. Uh,
Yes, you could do that.
yeah,
You could
so
do that also.
for that reason, I was thinking,
In that case, keep a stop at 21
okay,
below the previous close. Now, assumingly at 22.37, which is the EMA at 22.18. That is the 200-day EMA. So keep it at 2150 or 2140 as your stop loss.
yeah, yeah.
That is below the previous close,
Mhm.
previous the low of the previous day at 2140. Keep your stop loss over there and hope for the best that it reverses from there and we are proved wrong. I really hope we are proved wrong.
Yeah, I was also trying to give that chance that if it case it reverses from here, then he might get a chance to exit at break even because the 100 EMA is almost at 26.2. But based on what you have mentioned, seeing this gap down, there's higher likely of going it down. So the stop loss will help to save from losing further if it
Further,
drops down further.
yes, that's right.
Okay. Right, so what we are suggesting is to cut just a minute. I'll enter the price levels later. Now let's quickly check MERC. Okay, MERC, it was on downtrend from past two sessions. It is getting support at the 200 EMA price around 11.5, and the indicators have slowly turned upward on the weekly chart, whereas if we look on the daily chart from about 2 weeks, it has been trading in this channel. The last session it gave uh, it traded downwards but got pulled back. The sell volume was higher. However, the red candle and the indicators downward could be a slight indication that this support on weekly chart, it might break that support and continue downward further, since it was at mid Bollinger Band and then the sell volume has then there has been selling off with higher volume. So Vivek sir, do you think it can continue going down further?
Show me a broader picture.
Yeah, it has been on downtrend
Zoom out
since
further.
April. It is currently below the 200 EMA on daily chart.
Hold, 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 hold. $10.94 is holding.
Yeah, that was
So
the
11 holds. What is the rate around January 28th? Yes, the low around here, Jan 28th. To your left. Yeah, the low.
yeah.
Next candle.
So the low here was 11.02.
1102. That means 11 is holding.
Yes, that's the same price which from where it reversed around.
Reversed.
Yeah,
And two different prices with almost a huge gap, almost over 5 months of gap. And the price of 11 holds. Is he already entered or is he about to enter?
so his average is 13.1.
All right. Then let him work with a stop loss at 10.85 for a target of about 14. First target 14. Because if it crosses, if you take the weekly chart and if it crosses,
Mm-hmm.
it will go up comfortably. So first target of 14, next target of about 14.85 or 87. Yeah, 15.15 also is
Yeah,
fine.
15. Yeah,
15. And then of course 16.25, 16.85. All right.
yeah.
But then strict stop loss 10.85.
He said 14, 15, and 16.
14, 14 point, it was not 14, 14, 15 point something,
15 and then 16 point.
15 and then 16, 16.25, 16.85,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. So I think we are good here. Mohsin,
Yeah.
do you have any stock requests?
So I recently opened up a position in Face Drive. So if you can discuss Face Drive, so it will be helpful.
Sure. So I was going to discuss.
FD.
Yeah, I was going to discuss FD. Uh, just, okay. Face drive. Yes. The reason why I mentioned I was going to discuss FD, when I am holding, some of the members are holding, and I have this stock screener. Face drive has come up in the stock screener as well. So we'll go back to the stock screeners later. Let's cover FD. So FD, I think I had mentioned in the Discord group as well that it had a 200 EMA price of 9.4, which it broke on the last session on Friday and has dropped down further with a high volume, which indicates it could drop down further. So for those who are holding, including me, um, we need to be watchful to see if it is dropping further and reaches around $7 price, which is the lower Bollinger Band on the weekly chart. The previous low was 7.19, so 7.2, would be the next support which I am looking at. So if I can take around here,
This meeting is being recorded.
yeah. So the low on 23rd of October last year was 7.2, which is the price which I am looking. It could get support, or the previous support, which if we trace back even further was at around $6 over here, 5.9 5.4. But as of now, since it has broken down, the next immediate support which I am looking is this one. Although the support here was at around 9.4, which was the 200 EMA, and since it has broken down further, I am looking at the low which it formed in the week of 23rd of October, and see if that aligns with the lower Bollinger price on the weekly chart. So if it touches 7.2, 7.3 and reverses, so if you are looking to average down, I would say to wait and see if it reaches this lower Bollinger price on weekly chart and you see a reversal of trend before entering. So what's your average, Mohsin?
It's a 9.86.
Okay, so 9.86 is still good average. I had around 14 average. So I have set a buy order at 7.2 and see if it drops down, um, the order might execute, but I would also be happy if it reverses from here. I was hoping that on last session it could get support at 200 EMA, but it didn't, and it gave a lower closing. Towards the end of the market, it saw some more sell-offs. If you look on the hourly chart, this selling continued. The selling started from the day, and in the last 2 hours it
Kamal,
it had
I
dropped
believe
under
there's
the
there's
1
some
EMA.
news like someone from the management, like he's selling his shares. That's why it's going down. I think so.
Yes, I think I had also heard about some. Uh, Previously, it acquired EcoCred, which had given it a spike, and then in the last, I think 2 days or 3 days back, there was this news which has
Yeah, there's the
introduced
thing.
drop. Yeah,
Update to early warning report in respect of phase drive Inc. Yep, this one. I think so.
yeah. So there's this proposed sale. Even I was mentioning about the same thing on 23rd, right? About a week back actually. So this triggered the downtrend further after 22nd. Sorry, sorry. So this drop down was when this news came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Based on the indicators, although it's in oversold region, I would still suggest to wait for it to reverse before averaging down or before taking new fresh positions.
Mhm.
Vivek sir, would you like to add anything?
No, no.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a thorny rose even in my portfolio.
Yeah. So we are hoping for another uptrend like this.
Yes.
So I had exited around 55 and then I waited for it to drop under 20 to start buying. But even after 20 it has dropped under 10. So that's how even my average is higher than the price. So let's see. We'll I am keeping a close watch on this, and if it hits around 7, I would like to increase my position so that my average is closer to 10 or under 10. And look, the reason why I was saying I'm looking to bring down my average under 10 is I was looking at the mid Bollinger Band price on the daily chart, and that's still around 11.5. So I would be able to exit even if I would like to exit with at least smaller position at some minimal profit. And the next target would be 14, and target third target is, I think I was looking at around 18.5. This is 17. Yeah, 18.5.
30,
Then yeah, 25 or 30.
30.
30. And if it reaches this price, then depending upon how much time it takes, then we can think of higher targets. But as of now, these are the target levels which even I was looking. I was actually looking up to 25 itself. Vivek sir has suggested one more higher price, 30. So that could be the next higher price, next target price. Okay, so just add an entry here, FT, and then we can go on to discuss Amazon. 7.2, 11.5, 25 and 30. Okay, so are we good? Let's move on to Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is especially for our members who are trading in Amazon or are even currently holding Amazon or looking to enter into Amazon. It was on uptrend, gave a small correction which we had discussed couple of weeks back, that NDX and US market stocks in general can give a small correction. That time it had dropped under the mid Bollinger price, again gave touched 37k, almost touched 37, sorry, 3700. And then what we saw last week was a gap down on the last session, and the price drop was over $270. uh, so is it a good time to enter now, as a question which some of the members have asked, and that's why we specifically targeted to discuss out in our session. So if you look at the price on the daily chart, the lower Bollinger Band is at 34,470, and it has fallen below that. It has broken down this resistance at around 3500, the resistance here around 34,440, sorry, 34,400, and now we are looking at the lower resistance, which could act as support. So we need to see whether how strong is this previous resistance to become a support now. And if you look at the 200 EMA on the daily chart, which is at 3246, it is on the mid band of this narrow channel. If you take here, this 3250 is almost at the middle, and if you look at the lower prices in this range, or the support in this range, is at close to 3200, which could be the strong support for this stock. Now if we look at that was from the daily chart, but if you look on the weekly chart, this mid Bollinger price on the weekly chart of 33,350, it has broken down that as well. And look, because of the volume and the indicators all showing downtrend, there's a high probability of it to drop down further if you look closely on the weekly chart as well. And even on the weekly chart, the support which I mentioned on the daily chart around 3200, if you look on the weekly chart, it had a good support at around 3200, and this 50 EMA at 3173 could act as a support, which is very much close to 3200. So price around 3175 to 3200 could act as the next support, but again it would depend upon how it trades in the next week. The mid of the week to towards the end would give a clear indication on how is the sell volume, whether the sell volume, if it is on higher side, this resistance, this support, it may still not be able to hold, and it could break down further. If it does, the next support would be towards the lower Bollinger price on the weekly chart, which is 3k.
3,000.
Sorry, Vik sir.
3,000.
Yeah, 3K, 3,000. So that could be a good entry price for those who are looking to enter Amazon for medium to longer term.
Or what was the reason for the gap down on Friday?
They missed revenue on their earnings. Like the revenue is decreased.
Yeah, they missed the estimated earnings.
How many points? How many points?
It was not
No,
much.
so not much. So why was a knee-jerk reaction? Such an acute fall.
Yeah, because of the missed earnings, as well as uh, people those who were on
They
profit.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, they have also mentioned like the growth is steady in future, so that's why.
So there's
That
not
means
major negative news as such, and even the earnings was not that discouraging, but it's that they haven't couldn't beat the earnings, or were not very close to it, which was the primary trigger. So this selling started right after the earnings release on Thursday evening in the aftermarket.
can you show the hourly chart on Friday, Thursday, Friday?
So Friday would be a better reference. That's why I will take a 4 hour chart.
No, don't take a 4. Take a hourly chart or 2 hour chart or 1 hour chart.
Okay. So this gap down. This is the last candle on Thursday, and in the aftermarket, it was sold off with high volume. That's why we had a gap down opening on Friday.
It will go further down.
Yeah.
It will go further down.
So one of our online member Ratna, he has a call of 17th September at 35.50. So any opinions on or suggestions for him?
He has a call at 35.
35.50.
And what expiry?
17th of September. So there's still time, about 1.5 month. No, yes, about 1.5 month.
What is the buy price of the call and what is it currently rolling at?
So his call is at 35.50.
Yeah, but that is the strike price. What is the price he bought the call?
That he has not mentioned.
Because I don't see it to climb to 35.50 that fast.
Yeah, even I had the same view.
34.50 would be a strong resistance now for them. Or 3400.
3400.
Yeah.
So even if you are looking at a time frame of about 1.5 month, 35,500.
No, 1.5 month it could touch, but then with the call, with the time factor decaying, I don't know what is his buy price for the call option. I don't think it will. No, it will not. But the time decay factor will affect it immediately.
Yes.
He should cut his losses then. I don't know what his quantity is, but cut his losses or scalp, do averaging and scalping.
So it would be good if you wait and see it dropping around 3200 and it reverses up around 34 440. If you could cut your losses, or
What he should do is he should buy again at about 3200, same strike option, and average it down if he's talking about that call option only, and then liquidate his position around 34
yeah, that could be another way.
or 33 or 30 or 34. At 34, he could liquidate his positions.
34 34 440.
Yeah, because then it all depends what his average price is coming down to, because the time factor is going to play heavily on him.
Yeah,
And calls, if he is not hedged, it could be a killing.
yeah, he says he got it for 4200.
So he bought it for 4200. That is the total investment he has on the call.
Yes.
So what is the lot size? And that would give you, his strike price is 35. That will, the lot size will give you the rate at which he bought it.
He says
Anyway, the only option I can tell you over here is calls are different. There would be a time decay involvement. There will be a lot of other things to be done. So if he wants, he should salvage it. The only way out is by averaging it down, and then minute he gets a bump up, liquidate his position and get out of the position.
okay. Yeah, he says that he got one call for $4200. So
Then we will check it out. I think, I don't know. I have to understand the position.
yeah, so maybe we are not completely clear on what
We are not
your
completely aware of his trade details. Yeah,
of
let
your
his trade details come
position.
in.
Otherwise, we would
Yeah,
have been in a better position to
to
suggest you.
respond to him now.
Yeah, yeah. So as of now, 35,500 or even 4,200 is way far. If you have a call position for 4,200, that's not in horizon for few months. 35,500, even touching 35,500 looks difficult. You could cut your losses around 34,400, or as VXR suggested, buy at around 32,250 or around 3,200 of the same expiry, and try to exit around 34,400 or 34,440.
Yes.
Okay, and there's one more member. His question is, any targets for next 1 to 2 weeks? So like,
Or what script?
yeah, for Amazon. So
Amazon.
yeah, so like we are discussing 34 480 to 440 to 485 90 could be, or 3,500. So 34 450 to 3,500 could be the target, but it's a short term target. On the longer term we can expect it to drop down further. So if you are okay to wait for entry and buy at around 3250 or 3200 and still have the same target, um, you could get better return. But if you would like to enter and take quick positions, the next target would be 34450 or 3500.
Ideal buying zone will be 3175 to 3210. Ideal buying zone is 3175 to 3210 for a first target of 3492 or 95. 3495.
Or 3480.
All right. That would be a 10% profit risk reward.
And the next target would be 37, but if you are okay to
Yes.
hold for a much longer time.
And because this is a bearish engulfing candle, he has engulfed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in one shot.
Yes, in 1 week.
Basically, just one day. He's engulfed almost a week in one day.
Yeah, this gap down which happened in aftermarket, which gave a gap down next session.
Oh, that was weekly chart. Sorry, he engulfed 6 weeks in one day. Sorry, he engulfed 6 weeks in one day.
So that's why the probability of it dropping down further is higher.
Yes.
So for those who are looking to buy Amazon stock this week, or I mean the coming week, hold on, wait for it to drop down further. And as Vik sir also mentioned, the buying zone would be 3175 to 3210, 3250. So we about $75 buy zone range which we are suggesting. But wait for it to drop. It may not happen immediately at the start of the week because many people would see that it has given a gap down and it is much lower than the price it was trading for over 4 weeks or 5 weeks. So there could be small buys which could take the trend sideways, but eventually expect it to drop down further, and the buy zone would be either end of next week or 2 to 3 weeks from uh, around 2 weeks you can expect. It could be in the buy zone or around 2 weeks you can say. So hold on for those who are looking to take fresh positions, especially for those who would like to hold it for medium to longer terms, and also for those who are looking to short. uh, I would still consider the current price as risky, although it's on expected on downtrend. Taking a short position and especially for those who are trading in on options and looking to make gain on the downtrend, um, take smaller positions. It would be riskier as investors who are looking to take position for longer terms, they could start taking positions even at the current levels, looking at the drop. So if you are planning to take short positions or pos- making profit on the downtrend, play with a smaller quantity. With uh, times with a expiry of 2 weeks or 4 weeks contracts. Okay. Yeah.
Well, there is a faint possibility
Mm-hmm.
that on Monday, this could give you a dead cat bounce to again trap the bulls. It could give you a dead cat bounce. I'm not saying anything. It could at 33.94 or 33.85. It could give you a dead cat bounce and then again fall. If somebody like the colleague who has taken it a call option
Mm-hmm.
can sell or can buy put option at 33 when the market, when Amazon touches 33.85, he can buy his put options over there and close his current position.
Yeah.
It could be a dead cat bounce till 33.85.
Yeah. He also replied saying that yeah, he will try to average down and also try to exit
No,
around 30.
don't average it down. Don't average it down. Understand that this is a new strategy altogether. If it's a dead cat bounce,
Mm-hmm.
when Amazon touches in spot at 33.85, he should buy puts. He should write. He should buy puts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you buy puts of 32 at 33.85 and close his current position in a loss, he will still come out in plus. That means he will write the way down.
Yeah. If like you said, if it gives a dead cat bounce,
It will. It
he
will.
can.
It's given a 7.5% dip.
Mm-hmm.
It's given a 7.5% dip, so it will give you a dead cat bounce, bring it up to 33.85, not even 34. It will
Okay.
come back to 33.85. That means even that 50, 100-day EMA will not be touched.
Okay.
It will be just by a whisker. It will just show you around that area at 33.85. At that point, you buy your puts of 3200, same expiry,
Mm-hmm.
and you close your calls. That means you're reversing your position and now you're waiting for it to climb down.
Yeah. So I was just thinking, should he close his positions at this price or still wait
No,
for?
not at this price. He should close his position at 33.85, 33.90, 33.85. When the spot touches 33.85, close your call.
Yeah, I was also mentioning about that. So should he
Yeah.
close at around 33.85 or still give himself a chance to see if it touches 34 400 34
It,
440 to
it will be
close?
a blink of an eye. It will be a blink of an eye. At 33.85, it will be a blink of an eye.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, he's taking a risk by saying that it will go to 34.30. Why take that chance? Because immediately if it goes to 33.85, it will be showing a green candle. Your put values will drop immediately to very low levels. So he'll be getting to buy his puts at very low levels and then carry those puts for the till the expiry.
Right. Yeah. And as we see, this can now become the next resistance for some time.
Yeah, of course. It's a gap down. So your 33.27 will become a resistance for future. 33.50 or 33.75 will be the resistance for the future.
Yeah, and I was mentioning about this 34K. Uh, means 30.
No, that will not be now. That will not be a resistance now. But that has already been cracked down. That's already been closed and it's now gap down. So the high for the gap down will become your resistance now, which is 33.70. 33.70. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, if you look at it, around the 15th or 16th is also the support. Yes. The low is 33.60, which is also the support there.
Yeah.
That support has now will become the resistance.
Right. Okay. That's great. So we are over time, but we have Nick on the call. Nick, one last question if you would like to ask, or if you have any opinion before we close for the session.
Oh no! I just actually got in and I was just looking at YouTube, and then I was, just came here. I obviously, what can I comment? I mean, I'm just a novice here. I'm just listening. It's very interesting. It's just that Amazon is obviously very, very risky, and I think what this guy's done is he's bought a call for 4,200. What that means is one call for $42 times 100. That's his investment, 4,200. And it might be worth $20 each or $2,000 right now. So, I don't know. It's very, very risky. I've lost some money in the last couple of days in Amazon. And I don't know, I guess all you, Vivek sir's suggestion is also good. That, buy puts when they're cheap. But again, it can, I don't know. I don't know the chart so much, but it can bounce up and down quite a bit. And the decay is very, very fast in the call when put premiums. Am I still on call?
Yeah.
Yes, you're still on call.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I bought. I don't want to prolong your discussion or anything, but I bought 10 shares at $3,600, $35.95, and then next day, when it dropped $250 after hours, I bought 10 shares at $33.66. And then I chickened out and I got out at $33.42, just had a $250 loss. Those 10 shares I got out, but I still have the 3,600 ones. And then yesterday I got a call. It was yesterday's expiry. I just thought I might get lucky, and I got a call for $33.70 for $5.50, and then that went to zero. It was in profit by $3, and then it just went to zero in the next hour. So that was another $550 loss. So that's the story of my life.
Yeah, the last one was
of Amazon.
So yeah, you guys were saying average it down at 3,200 or something but this guy might be reluctant to put more money in because buying another call might cost him another $15. $15 means $1,500, right?
Right.
So मेरे हिसाब से उसके लिए मुश्किल हो जाएगा.
नहीं, मुश्किल तो होगा. That is why I'm saying. I mean, if a dead cat bounce happens,
yeah,
it will help you to reduce your losses, and then you add buy puts.
Yeah.
You buy put and wait for it to come down to 3,200, and that will give you good money.
True. Yeah.
That will give you good money.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe I'm.
But that's also based on the assumption that it will go down again, and
it will. Nick, it will. 6 weeks.
It will.
6 weeks of candle climb has been negated in just 4 hours, or just one day. 6 weeks.
Sure.
That's
So I'll keep
days.
that in mind and try to buy puts around 33, 70, 80, around that level.
Yeah. If it
not
gives
puts,
you
I might buy one put, not puts.
Nick, it's very good to play with only one lot. Don't
Yeah,
try
yeah,
and add more lots. Just play one lot.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know the other OI positions of those puts. I'm just assuming they to be normal, but I know they will also have changed by now.
Mhm.
The open
Sorry, what?
interest, the
Yeah,
open interest on the option strike prices would have also changed.
right. Of course.
The time decay will take place. Everything
Right.
will start affecting it
Yeah, exactly. So
because
we.
it touching 3200 is a
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, Vivek sir, you are saying something.
yeah. Let Nick come back if he's coming back. Well, my whole expectation is very clear that I am expecting Amazon to touch 3170, 30 or 3200 definitely.
Yeah.
And that will happen this week itself.
Okay.
Another $200 down.
Yeah, I was a little optimistic that some new buyers might come in and it might take over a week for it to reach 3175 or 3200. um,
No, so
yeah. But
let's see.
yeah, but looking at the drop in just one or even just in aftermarket, um, considering that volume, it you could also be right that we could see the next week itself it drops to 3175 or under 32k, 3200. I mean,
Yeah, I'm only hoping, I'm only praying it doesn't break 3160, 3150. But that means if that happens, then your target is straight 3,000 or 2,900,
right. Yeah. Hope it
which
doesn't.
could be before the end of expiry.
Yeah. Hope it doesn't happen that much because
I really hope it doesn't happen because that would be really bad for the market.
you know, many people would lose thousands of dollars if that
Absolute.
happens.
But that is how the big players make money.
Yeah.
Kamal, we were discussing one stock last week, if I'm not mistaken, where we said we will keep it in our watch. I had talked of it consolidating and then falling down. I don't remember the name of the stock.
Yeah. So it was
What was it?
this one JUP.
Was it JUPW or what was it?
um,
Was it?
S
No, I don't remember that stock.
Q B. These two were the similar things which we had discussed. SQBG and not this one.
Come back.
Yeah.
I was talking about it falling. It had fallen down, and I said it will consolidate further. No, not this one. It had acutely fallen down. Try Jewel.
JWEL.
JWEL, yes. No, JWEL.
Aditya, if you could recall, or
No,
maybe
no.
I'll check back and then we'll
No,
we'll
there was
include in
one
the
stock when I did tell who did I tell
yeah, yeah.
that you must keep it in mind.
Hmm.
Was it Vivek? Was it?
I'll check back and then I'll include in
No
our
issues, no
next
issues,
session.
no
Okay.
issues, no issues.
Yeah. So since we are, um, we'll just quickly check the stock screeners and then we can close. So FD we already discussed. There's VQS. Uh, CCI is minus 223 and Williams are minus 97. We can have a look and then AZ. Again, even VQS gave a 10% uh, drop red candle. It had a gap up which it is closing, but still there's still gap remaining which is very close to the 200 EMA price, so it can be a good stock to keep in watch list for the next week. And around 7.6 7.65 could be a buy price, but again this is also a new stock, so doesn't have much history, and the mid Bollinger Band is around 7.5, although the closing here is 7.65. So this is one more which this is one of those which I was thinking to keep in watch list for the next week. Vivek sir, do you see any issues in considering it to enter at around 7.6 7.65 for this?
No, I would rather enter at around 7
7.
because if it closes the gap, it will go further down. So 7 would be the better place. 7.10.
Okay, around this price.
Yeah,
Okay.
low of this candle.
Mm-hmm.
7.10, 7.15. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll mention that QS. Let me take it to here. And then the last one is at, although it's a $2.6 stock, A to Z Technologies. So it had reached $5 in June, mid of June, and then since then it has been on downtrend. The current price, it gave a closing at 200 EMA. It had dropped to 2.52, then got pulled back and gave a closing at 2.65. However, if we look at longer horizon, around start of January, it gave this huge rally and had gone up to $5. So if you look on the weekly chart, it is touching the 50 EMA around 2.46. It didn't touch, it returned from 2.54. But I was also thinking the next week to watch and see if it reverses from here and then take a position. The daily chart looks good, but from the weekly chart, because there's no support here, that's why I wanted to watch few more sessions and or about a week and then consider to enter or no. This low here was 2.1. Before that it got support around the current price at 2.6. So what do you think about this one?
Oh, I mean, I would like to wait.
Okay.
I would like to wait.
And what would be the ideal price in your view?
Ideal price 2.10. No,
Okay.
2.15, 2.10 to 2.20
Okay. The
or
low of this candle.
2.25.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay, great. So that was
What
it.
is the you have taken? You have taken as percentage change, or what is the basic criteria?
So this CCI minus 150, Williams are minus 85, volume above 50k, and RSI 35, below 35.
Can you give me the top percentage change on TSX?
Mm-hmm.
Maximum growth, maximum increase in positive percentages.
In how much duration?
No, like you've seen the change on this percentage, make it maximum. Let's say 1 week and 1 month.
Okay, so
I'm basically looking for strong stocks,
okay, so
which is
the
giving me a positive break with volume.
Mhm. So if we look at this stock itself in last 1 year, it even though it has dropped over 33% in this month, mm, it is
But
still
then
over
that's the reason why I'm not taking the yearly performance. You give me a 3 monthly performance
3 month
and then
performance.
give me positive change on the last day.
Okay, so let me add 3 month performance is here. Where is it? Okay, so let me get it here. 3 months performance, and you want percent change as positive on last
Positive.
session
Yeah.
or last
Last
week?
session.
Okay,
Last session.
just the last week. Okay, and just the last session. So let me remove this CCI. So because
Just ignore it.
if I keep this, then we will not be getting.
I'm trying to work on a different parameter.
Okay, so we are saying we I'll
No.
say above or equal 30%. And last price above $5 or $10.
Yeah.
I'll just keep 5 for now. Okay, and positive closing in last session. So we have, how many we have? Not many. So we have Sigma,
Now check out CTS. Check out CTS in the chart. Converge Technology.
okay. Let me open it here. Yeah, it's on uptrend. It gave a closing above mid Bollinger Band on the daily chart. Although the volume has decreased, there is a slight upside potential, at least up to 11.3.
60 cents.
Yeah,
From the current level to 60 cents.
yeah.
What percentage would that be?
So it
0.6 by
told
11.
yes, about
5.5%.
5.56%. Yeah.
So, bad returns for a week.
That's a good return. If it gives a breakout here,
And if it gives a breakout, it's in fresh territory.
yeah, it could give a breakout as well, unless it gets
Now go back to
resisted.
the screener. The screener chart. Now, 1 second. Now, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Hold. So,
FIL. Should we look at FIL?
mining I will not touch.
Okay.
That's the reason why I haven't even taken Lithium Corporation. Even Sigma I have not taken for the same purpose. Because Sigma 3-month average was 44 percentage, 1 month average is 15, year to date is about 1.55. Then you come down, look at Payfair. No, one minute. Look at STLC.
Okay. STLC.
Yeah. Right click kar dena.
Yeah, that chart is not proper. STLC. It is at
No,
resistance.
zoom out.
I believe it's
No, it's at the
all-time-
peak.
Yeah, all-time
At the
high.
peak, not to be touched now.
Yeah, that's why I was also looking
What?
at the indicators here. It's saying sell.
Sell, yeah. Do the one thing, change the last from above 5 to above 2.
This MCLD was on downtrend from long time, and from past 3 months it has started reversing. So it was at $11 in 2012. In 2020 January it was at around 6.5, and then was
Now
on
take the
downtrend.
weekly chart. Take the weekly chart now.
So it touched $1, and from $1 it has reversed.
And it can go up to what price? What is the high of that candle? 3 point something?
So this high was 3.2 3.25.
3.5. That's a dollar away.
Yeah, 3.25, about 70 cents.
And you look at the last few times, weekly chart. Now you look at the daily chart. Breakouts.
Yeah, it has given a breakout above the upper Bollinger Band.
So now the next target is 3.5.
3.25.
3.25 or 2.85. 2.85 will be a 10% return, and 3.25 will be another about 30% return.
Yeah.
Felix, I just got a quick question. So if you
Sure.
go into the daily chart, so here,
Yeah.
right, if you look at it, except for the 200-day EMA, right, everything else is down. And then if you look at it, it's almost like cross the upper Bollinger Band as well. So do you
Yes.
think it will go up, or would it consolidate a bit and go up?
It will go up now. I'll tell you why it will go up also.
Yeah.
Very good question. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Now look at your other EMAs which are coming from down. Your
They're all
5
trying to go up.
EMA,
Okay.
your 5 EMA has just crossed the 200 EMA. Your 5 EMA, blue line,
The
has
blue one.
just
Okay,
crossed the
okay.
200 EMA
Yeah.
about 2 days back, 3 days back. So it is giving in strength. But the same 5 EMA crossed over around the 24th or 25th of June, when it was somewhere around 170. Kamal, can you bring it
Okay.
to 25th or 26th of June?
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
28th of June?
Okay.
28th
Towards
of
the
June.
left, Kamal. Left.
Towards the left. Kamal, towards the left. 28th of June.
Or left.
The green grape doji, to more to your left. 28th of June.
1.5. Correct. Right.
Now you're right. 2 steps
Or
to your right.
Or
That's it.
Take left.
That-
Take left. Yeah.
That's it. Right? Now you look at it. 5 EMA 16, 1.685. 50, 1.691. 100, 1.887. What is the high? 1.72. So it took the 5 EMA, 50 EMA, 100 EMA were all set to be taken off.
Got it. Okay.
That was your buying trigger. So
Oh,
had you
we should have got in there.
bought at 1.75 or 1.8, today you would be about $1 in profit from what date onwards? 28th of June to about 31st of August.
Almost in the 1 month. No, within 1 month, you almost made more than $1. Yeah.
31st of July, yeah, 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
That was your buying trigger.
Got it.
The
got it.
crossover happened over there. Now you look at the CCI. What was CCI? CCI at that time was, where were you? Almost near 100.
Okay. Yeah.
And
No, come towards your right.
yeah, no, I'm looking if 1 week before CCI and
That
Williams
was the
are
low.
gave a alert.
Absolute. And I'm still buying at the high of CCI,
Yeah.
almost at 100. Williams are almost at minus 12.
Right.
I'm still buying it because the EMA crossovers are taking place.
Okay.
Yeah. So even if we missed out buying here because of the EMA crossovers, it's still a buy at this price as well.
Yes.
At this CCA or Williams are
because it's a
levels
very
like that.
strong crossover of all the EMAs which are crossing over.
Got it. So then in that case, sir, from my understanding, so 3.2 would just be your first
Yeah,
trigger
because
point,
it's on
right?
a breakout. It's on a
Yeah, it break.
breakout. So the first target is the resistance at 3.25.
Okay. If it breaks out, then it will go
3.25,
much higher.
3.4. 3.25 to 3.4 is the first target.
Okay.
So after this, the next target is 4.6, 4.8. It goes up.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
this breakout has already taken place. Now the next breakout will be over here. After that, it goes up. Typical of our support and resistances.
Right. So for this to enter, should be wait
2.20, 2.25.
2.25, right? Yeah, that's what even I was trying to get view on it.
2.25 or even 2.6. I wouldn't mind 2.6 also. 2.3. Sorry.
2.3, yeah. This resistance is what I'm looking as now could become a support for entry
Yes.
for a target of 3.25 and higher.
Yes.
So even an entry at 2.3, we are looking at $1 return per share.
Easily.
Great. So that's a good finding from this screener. Vivek said, if any
Haji.
other stock you were looking from this, we'll take one last stock, and then we have
Christian
one.
wants me to look at ACXPX. So look at that.
Which one?
Krishna has sent a message.
Okay.
ACXPX.
ACXP. Yeah, I was saying in this screener, if you have any one stock that we can take as last one from this screener, and then we can take the
What is
request
Sibin
from
into?
which one?
Sibin.
Okay. So after this, we'll take Vivek Krishna's request, and also
Yeah.
Shivas has requested for Baba. That can be the last stock for the day. So we'll take CYBN and followed by ACXP and then Baba. CYBN.
No, volumes are very low.
Let
And I think it's a different
no,
one.
that was on OTC market. Let me open here in TradingView.
Or just type in CYBIN, Kamal, the company name.
Yeah, on CYBN it seems
No,
it's not there
type
on
in
Webull.
CYBIN, not BN, BIN.
BIN.
Yeah, correct.
It seems it's
Doesn't
not there
get
I
on
put
Webull.
CYBN.
Let's see. Let me add.
Look at that. Gap down and filling up. And Maru Bazu filling it up.
Yeah.
Actually, that is what I'm expecting in Amazon for Monday or Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Because Amazon is a very strong stock. I mean, I'm expecting this for Monday or Tuesday. Similar chart pattern.
So with this pattern and indicator also turning upward, because of the Marubazu candle, it looks a high probability that it could go beyond this previous resistance.
Yes.
If I just look on the, I would just want to check on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart,
It's a recent listing. It's a doji opening. It's a doji week with a long wick.
with a long
That's
wick.
because of the gap down.
Yeah.
Still, the previous week's low has not been broken. So you could buy with a stop of 3.10 or 3.15 and take it forward into new territories.
This is into cyber security, right?
I don't know. I just saw the chart and I said healthcare and pharmaceuticals.
Oh, it's in pharmaceuticals.
I just saw the figures, nothing else.
Mm-hmm. It started trading last year. Okay. Okay. So this you are saying a buy of 3.10. I will keep in watch list to see how this stock moves and would like to see the new filters in this screener that you are following. Yeah, how it performs. After that, I would start taking position. Yeah.
We'll check out
Just a
SGMA
quick
later
question.
on.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Bol.
No, my question was, Sibin ka bole the stop loss is 3.1, right? Not
Stop loss was 3.1.
correct.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
Kamal, I think it is stop loss 3.1, not entry price. No, in your chart.
Yeah, I am correcting that. So
Yeah,
what was
sorry,
the entry price, Vic sir?
चार्ट देख लेना फिर से
Okay.
ऊपर है ना चार्ट हाँ
So the current price is the entry price?
3.15 or 3.20. 1 second. What is the low for the previous candle? Same as 3.4 was the low, no?
Low was 3.4, yes.
3.4. And the previous to that, the big red candle.
So the low was 3.27.
So 3.30. Entry of 3.30, 3.4.
Okay.
Stop of 3. 3 or 3.10 or 3.05.
Okay.
Sir, I just got one question here. When we have that big Maribazu, right? So would there be a chance that it's going to come down or it is just going to march up?
It could give you it could be a Marubazu, but with a small dip.
Okay.
It could again be the Marubazu has a small wick below. It could be a similar candle, no? It could come up and give me a entry price of 3.4 also again.
Okay.
Because 3.4 has been tested on both the days. So if I want to be a safe entry, I will keep it at 3.41 or 3.42 to enter.
Okay, got it.
So enter at 3.42 or 45, stop of 3.05 or 3, and take it, let it go up. Because then you are into uncharted territory.
Got it. Thanks for that, sir.
Most welcome. Hey, bhai, Kamal, finish off with Vivek's request, sir.
Yeah.
You're doing your own research, finding research.
Yes. So we'll take Vivek's.
Your last 9 minutes are left. Finish off his request, please.
Yeah, we'll take.
तो विवेक की रिक्वेस्ट नहीं लेगा किसी और की रिक्वेस्ट ले ना ले विवेक की रिक्वेस्ट भी लिया कर यस कृष्णन
थैंक यू सर
most welcome
Vivek's get priority on this call.
Yes, Vivek will always get priority when I'm around.
Vivek's are more than Kamal and Aditya.
Kamal I can manage anytime I want. Vivek I can't manage. हाँ Vivek
Okay,
बोलो.
great. Yes.
entered at 5 man that red so will it go up or should I exit or
You entered at what rate?
5.
5 when that green candle formed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must have been 5.10 or 5 point
Yeah, 5
something.
point something. Yeah, 5 point.
So
Okay.
you had what profit margin? You already at 10% profit margin?
Yes.
Yeah, should I exit now or should I hold it?
No. Why do you want to exit now so early? You are entered into a good level, which is as it is a low, and you had 3 consecutive days of green high. So keep it for selling somewhere around 6 or
6 point.
620.
Yeah, 610,
615, 620, yeah.
Yeah. So the high
Okay,
here
sir.
was 6.35, and if you
Yeah, so
see,
625, you keep it for selling.
yeah, even the upper Bollinger Band is at 6.27, so 6.25 would be a good price.
Keep it in system, liquidate a little bit of your position. If it's a large position, liquidate at least something to take a principal out, and balance you can trail.
Okay, sir.
After 6.25, your next target would be about almost 675 or 680.
Yeah, 675, right?
Okay, sir.
So it's a very good entry, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Yes. And from next time onwards, I will remember Wakes have priority.
Amal, you're on YouTube. You don't make these statements here.
Okay, yeah, that's correct. So we'll take the request from Suyash. He has requested on YouTube. He has requested for
anytime.
Baba, and
Baba.
that could be our last talk for the day. Okay, so
Zoom out.
yeah, I was also zooming out
Longer
because
duration. Week and longer duration.
so from almost 320 it has dropped. It had dropped to 180. Most of the Chinese stocks had a big hit. Last week it has started giving a bit of hope. So looking at the trend at the current price, especially on the weekly chart, because it had dropped under 200 EMA, the next support which we could have been looking was around this price of 170 175, and which it almost touched and then got pulled up.
Yes. And the daily chart is giving you a different picture. Daily chart is saying above 200, it will come back into green mode. It will fill in the gaps.
Yeah,
Above 200, it will move to 220 easily.
right. So
220, 230 easily.
right.
Above 200 only.
So would you recommend to wait for it to cross 200 and enter around 200?
I would wait to buy it at 205 for a target of 220, or 205 for a first target at about 214 or 214, and then 220, and then 220, 230, 214, 220, and 230.
Okay. Yeah. So
buy at 205 for a target of, what is the high of the green top?
this one?
First resistance. No, come down.
This one?
This one, yeah. 216. So buy at 205. First target 215. Next target 220. Where were we?
Yeah, 220 here.
Yeah, 221, and last target 230.
Yeah.
Short-term duration, short-term trades.
Right. And this could be good for entry in coming week if it crosses 200. And buy around
205. Buy above 205 at 205.
215, 221, and 230. So these are for short-term trades. If it reaches this, then in our next sessions we can discuss about the higher targets if it
Yeah.
takes the
Then of
uptrend.
course 265 and all are all way far away.
Yeah,
But yes, immediate targets are clear.
true. Okay. Yeah, he has mentioned that he already entered at 191. So
Oh, lovely.
that's a good
Then he
entry.
has the targets with him.
Yeah.
Then he
So
has the targets at above 205. I would suggest he should start trailing his stop losses with a $5 reduction or a $10 stop loss
yeah,
of or the previous day low as a stop loss.
right. So yeah, his entry is good, and we have shared the target, so that's good. With
Good luck.
that,
Nice entry.
yeah, right. So are we